All right, for your lesson today, I am actually just going to take you inside of IXL because I love their description, how they model this, how they have pictures of it. So you guys have done like a whole number, like five times a fraction, like 1/5. So 1/5 of five is one, or something like that. You guys have been doing whole numbers and fractions. Now you're going to start doing fractions and fractions. What is a fraction times a fraction? But before you start doing that, just think of, you're saying what's 1/3 of a half, which would actually work out the same as a half of a third. But let's think of it this way. If you're saying what's 1/3 of a half, here you have 6 blocks. So the blue is half, the top is half, the white is half, okay? Now, you're taking 1/3 of the half. So here is 1/3 of that half. 1/3 of the half, the blue half. And 1/3 of the half is actually 1/6 of these spaces. So 1/3 of 1/2 is 1/6. If it was flipped the other way, you could say, what's half of 1/3? Then look at it. Here's a third, here's a third, here's a third. So if this is a third, half of a third would be 1 out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Again, it would still be 1/6. That's how to understand what you're doing when you're taking a piece of a piece, so it's getting even smaller. So when you're doing these problems, then the way that you can mathematically do it is just multiply across the top and multiply across the bottom, because that bottom number keeps getting bigger, which makes the overall number smaller. Let's look at another one. Here it's saying what's 1/3 of a fourth. So here's a fourth. Here's a fourth. 1, 2, 3, 4. This green is a fourth, and you're taking 1/3 of it. That's going to be 1 out of 12. Here you've got 1/5 of 1/2. So here's a half. 1/5 out of it is 1 out of 10. 5 times 2 is 10. Here you've got 1/3, or 1/5 of 1/3. What's 1/5? One part of a third. This is a third, this is a third, this is the third. All right, so that'd be 1 out of 15. All right, good work. I think you got the pattern. We're going to go to the next one. So M19 is the next one you're going to be working on. M19. Now it's going to have some other numbers. So now you're saying what's 3/4 of a third? So here's a third, here's a third, here's a third, and we're doing 3/4 of that third. That would be 3 out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 3 out of 12. Here you've got 1/2 of 4/5. This is 4/5, and you get taking half of it. That's going to be 4 out of a total of 10. So again, 1 times 4 is 4, 2 times 5 is 10. So they're bringing you along so that you can see how to do this. Let's just look at this. 1 times 2 is 2, 3 times 3 is 9. 2 ninths. Well, does that make sense? 1/3 of 2/3. So here's 2/3, 1/3, 2/3. Here's 2/3, and you're taking a third of that. Well, that's 2 out of a total of 9. 2 ninths. All right, so you got one more that we're going to be doing. So let's look at M20 so that you're ready for that one too. Oh, what's happening now? You don't have the little pictures, but it's going to work the same. So 1 times 1 across the top is going to be 1. 10 times 10 across the bottom is going to be 100. 1 over 100. Here you got 1 times 1 is 1. 6 times 3 is 18. 1/6 of a third is 1/18. So hopefully these will kind of make sense as you're doing them. Let's see. Oh, here we've got other numbers. It's still going to work the same. 8 times 3 is 24. 9 times 8 is going to be 72. So still going to work out. Hope that makes sense. If you have questions, please ask. Have a great day.